Okay, welcome to episode number 2 of PPC Presents Julio Unplugged.
Hey.
Favorite guitar guru and goober here today to play musical Would You Rather and have some drinkies. And we're also gonna talk, and this was his brilliant idea, we're gonna talk about our musical year Wrapped, like they do on Spotify. You know, they show you all the shit that you were really into. So we're gonna be getting into that. And like Julio really wants to talk about Taylor Swift as well, so we're gonna do that. And maybe you can tell us about the little seminar thing that you want to go to as well. Just cause.
Oh yeah. I don't want to jinx it, but
yeah, tell us
I'll
about
talk
that real
about
quick.
it. Yeah. So so my guitar teacher and her fellow friends are.
And what's her name? Give us her name.
Name is Angela Petrilli. She's from California.
Cool.
So she's her and her friends are hosting this guitar symposium this December 11th to the 14th. So this Friday. And so they posted this it's basically a contest where you put up a video of yourself jamming along to one of their backing tracks, and you put it up on Instagram, and they will eventually pick out the one that they like the best. Basically they're gonna give you a full sponsorship for that seminar, and that's kind of what I've been doing this weekend. I've been doing a lot of repeats. I did about 45 takes of me playing the same thing over and over again yesterday.
Good.
Yeah.
So then you said it's on Instagram. You posted it to Instagram?
Yes, I posted it to Instagram.
And what's your handle?
My handle is.
I'll find out. Play something in the meantime.
Okay.
I'm gonna find Julio's handle so that you guys can go find him, give him some likes, share, whatever you want to do. Maybe it'll help him get chosen for this thing. It's Julio E24. JULIOE24. Julio Edgardo Rivera. Find him, help him out. Let's see if we can get him sponsored for the seminar. And with that, let's start with our musical Would You Rather, or do you want to start with a year Wrapped? What do you want to do, Julio?
Either way.
Well, let's go with year Wrapped because I'm just really obsessed with this idea.
Okay.
So, what did you learn from your year Wrapped?
Mano, I learned that I listened to the same 5 songs over and over again since like 5 years ago. Yeah, it's ridiculous because I saw how everybody was doing their whole Spotify wrap up thing like a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't have Spotify. I'm the one weirdo who doesn't have Spotify.
True, he is the one weirdo.
Yes. So I went on my iTunes and I looked up that I can do it for iTunes. I logged in, and then it was, lo and behold, it was the same 2 bands I've been listening since 2018. So one of them was Ocasio-Russe.
Of course, one of your favorites, forever and ever.
He's my top guy.
That makes sense.
And then number two was a band I discovered this year. Mm-hmm. It's called the Blue Stones. So I didn't even knew I liked this band that much.
Right.
Till Apple told me I did, I guess.
And you're like, oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I like that. I was like, cool. I guess I'm hip again. I like new stuff.
I'm hip again. Dude, okay, so I had a similar thing. So for the Spotify one, it'll tell you the artist you listen to the most and shit. And my top artist is this guy named Joey Pecoraro. And he does these kind of lo-fi type tracks. And he had some new releases this year. And one of his tracks, I think it's called Driving on the Moon. And I had it going on repeat. And Spotify was like, you were in the 0.1% of people that were listening to this before it blew up, before it got to this many hits. and it was like, you're hip. And I was like, oh, thanks. That's great.
Thanks, Spotify.
Thanks, Spotify. Also, Joey Pecoraro, you are amazing. So shout out to you. Please keep making music because it gets me through very difficult times. Loved him. So he was my top artist. I'm pretty happy about that. But wait, there's like top 5.
Who else is there?
So yeah, number 1 is him. This is so funny. My second one, and it's the same one I had for last year, is Leo Byronberg and Zach Robinson, and they are the composers to the score of Cobra Kai, the Netflix original series.
Of course.
So the soundtrack, like the score, the instrumental score that they composed, is what I have been listening to like for 2 years.
This is Elizabeth I know and love. Man, I think it just means we're like creatures of habit. I think that's what it's trying to tell us.
Well, not just that, but I mean, right, Cobra Kai is dope. Anyone who loved the Karate Kid, and who the hell was born in the 80s and the 90s that didn't like the Karate Kid?
Right.
And so they brought it back with Cobra Kai, and it has the same vibe. The music, they do the 80s thing, but they made it a little bit modern too. And they have all these new themes, but they integrate the score from the original. And I'm over here just fantasizing about myself being a badass ninja, fucking listening to Cobra Kai like all the time.
Yeah, I remember, like, I've seen the trailers. I haven't quite seen I think I've seen one episode, but I like the fact that they switched out the bad guys.
Yes.
You know, and I don't want to get into spoilers or anything, but I liked that whole like dynamic. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's not really a spoiler because you know right away in the pilot that this is more from Johnny's perspective, and you kind of get to see into Johnny's backstory. We really knew very little about Johnny from the original film. And here we get to know a little bit more, and LaRusso has gotten fucking lost. He's turned into this dipshit, dude. So heartbreaking, but also so awesome. You need to watch this shit, dude, because the new season's coming out in January, and season 2 ended up like they got way too serious. It was whatever. Anyway. So does iTunes tell you like if you had a top genre?
Yeah. I think it said that it was, actually it doesn't. What it gives you is your top 5 artists, and then I think it has like your top 40 songs, and then
we can talk about this.
I think it goes up to podcast. I think it comes
Okay.
down to like your top 5 podcasts. Apple, you guys have to level up. Clearly.
Yeah, iTunes level up. So I had rock number 1, lo-fi beats have been my salvation this year. Okay. And then whatever dance pop is, I guess I do listen to like a lot of Kylie Minogue.
What
and like
is dance pop?
Well, like Kylie Minogue
Disco?
and like no.
Is it
like
with Disco
Kylie
King
Minogue
now?
and like Ava King. You don't know these? Okay, hang on.
No, I know Kylie Minogue. Yes, of course I know Kylie Minogue.
That's kind of
yes.
like dance pop. I mean, you can consider even like you know like RuPaul's music. Like that's kind of dance pop.
Kind of like cool elevator disco music.
Elevator, excuse me, sir.
This is a clash right here, guys.
At least you can call RuPaul whatever you want, but Kylie Minogue is no elevator chick, sir. No. Kylie
Minogue is my girl, man. I think I read somewhere that Kylie Minogue was like the only artist or one of the only artists to have like a hit single in 4 different decades. I think he's been around since the 80s. I think.
I had no idea. Like, well, I knew she had some older stuff, but I didn't realize until recently how many of them, and they're all fucking hits. And I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, Kylie Minogue, I'm so sorry. I have not been attuned to your grandeur. She's magnificent. Kylie, we love you.
Yeah, I think she also holds a distinction for being 4 different generations poster girl. Like, I think probably your dad probably had a poster of her. I don't know. Or maybe somebody's dad. Or maybe somebody's
I feel like
son.
my dad would have been more inclined to have like Farrah Fawcett or like something like that. But I don't even know if dad had posters. Like all I know my dad really liked, I know he liked the Beatles and like the Beach Boys growing up. Shit like that. I know he told me he went to watch Jaws in theaters. And then him and his friends are
Oh,
like,
that's how you know. That's how you know. Yeah, it's a different era.
But anyway, let's move on to top songs. What were your top
Okay,
songs?
so my top 5 songs. The first two are from Roy Draco, "Lie Without a Lover," and "Heaven Can Wait." Shout out to Roy out there, Roy.
Love you, Robbie Draco Rosa, forever.
You are a national treasure.
Treasure.
Cheers
For
to
all
that.
Puerto Ricans, we love you forever.
Yes.
Cheers.
My third song was from the Blue Stones, from the band called Blue Stones that I told you about. They're really good. I mean, they surprise. It's one of these bands that like.
Did you send me any of their stuff by any chance?
I think I did like about a couple months ago, and I think you liked them. You were like, oh, this
Yeah,
band's kind of sexy.
Do you remember which one it was?
Could have been Magic. There's a song by them called Magic.
It might have been that, but I'll listen to it later anyway because I don't want to get in trouble with copyright. So what are your? So you had two Rodiraco, then you had the Blue Stones.
The Blue Stones, and then I had one from Jarabe de Palo, Dos Días en la Vida.
Okay.
Because Pau Dones died. This last year. He passed away this year.
R.I.P.
Cheers to him.
Cheers, Don.
That's another guy who I didn't know I was so into.
Yeah, bueno, es que Jarabe de Palo is something else, man. So for me, this is hilarious, but the only reason the first one is like just a song. It's like a frequency that I use to sleep, and it's my top song because I fall asleep to it all the time and leave it on repeat. So outside of that, I have this song from the Birds of Prey soundtrack that I love to work out to. It's called Danger by Juicy Fruit. That's like the song I've listened to the most. And then it's Can You Discover from Discovery, and that is from the soundtrack to Booksmart. Then I have Here Comes Your Man by the Pixies. That was a total jam this year. And then I have Hold Me by Haim. It's a cover of Hold Me, Fleetwood Mac.
Okay.
It's really dope. That's hilarious.
No, man, I think we talked about Fleetwood Mac last year. And
yeah,
our last time we spoke, yeah. And actually Fleetwood Mac was, I think, number 11 song, The Shane.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered that song this year, and it's one of those songs. Yeah, it's one of those songs where you're like, how did I live without this song? How did I like survive? Have you ever had a song like that where it's like, why was I not into this before?
Well, yeah, Here Comes Your Man. I discovered that one this year, and I was like, how have I not known this song before? It's so perfect.
You know, when I was young, I remember buying a Pixies record when I was like in 11th, 10th grade, because somebody told me the Pixies were like a cool band. I'm like, well, fine, I'll check it out.
All right.
I think it was Kevin Garcia. You remember Kevin Garcia?
Of course. How could I not? Shout out to Kevo.
Yeah, so he was like the resident cool punk dude in like our high school.
Resident cool music guy. He still is.
And he still is. Yeah. So I think he told me about that band. I'm like, I gotta level up. I listened to it and I was like, what is this noise?
You're like, this is so weird.
This is so weird. Yeah,
so
this
weird. We weren't
sucks.
ready. We weren't ready yet.
We weren't ready, man. We weren't ready. Our songs were like, our heads were like attuned to Limp Bizkit still.
Well, that, and I was, not that it's changed, because in high school, my favorite band was Def Leppard. That's like...
Oh, remember when we saw them live?
Yeah, we did. Wait, Did you see that with me? Oh, no, you did.
Yeah.
But you weren't with me, though. We weren't sitting in the same... That's right.
No.
But we were at the same show.
Yes.
Same show.
Yes, it was a great show.
Oh, man, I forgot that I saw them in Puerto Rico, too. That's funny. They're supposed to be here next summer. Is it them? It's two of these fucking metal bands that were supposed to come. I think it's... Let me find out so that I can promote it right now. Leopard. Motley Crue and Def Leppard.
Ooh.
Yeah.
God.
And they're gonna
Love me
have
some
it at
Molly.
I think they're gonna have it at the baseball park. Oh, and Poison. It's Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison. Holy shit, that's like my top bands of the 80s right there.
Hard to argue against that.
Well, for me, I didn't say of all time. I said for me.
Right. But like those three bands, yeah. Oof. I mean, every
Fuck
person.
you. Motley Crue is iconic, bro.
I love Motley Crue, man. I love me some Shout at the Devil, man. Oof.
I love Kickstart My Heart I love to sprint to that song. But when I used to sprint because my knees weren't fucking dead.
Okay.
I love doing it to that song. Yeah, dude, my knees are all fucked up. I'm like an old fucking lady.
Welcome to your 30s.
Yeah, woo, fun. Okay.
Yeah, so this podcast just turned into
sadness. So we're gonna go to musical Would You Rather. Sounds like the perfect time.
No, but I like how you like that song because it's specifically telling you to run.
Oh yeah.
Right? Kickstart
My Heart, dude. Yeah, dude. And the guitar, everything is. You know what I was listening today? Was that today? What did I do? Oh yeah, because this morning when I was driving this morning, Judas Priest came on, Breaking the Law, and I was like, it was like 9 a.m, and I was so into it, dude. And I'm at the light and I'm like, breaking the law, and there's like a dude and his son like in a truck next to me, and I'm like, and then I see them and they're like, and I'm like, breaking the law. It's such a good song, dude.
Yep.
I love it.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about Taylor Swift.
Yes, go.
Okay, so for me, Taylor Swift always was like one of these artists who everybody around me liked, and they always spoke about her like in this culty way, like, Julio, you just don't get it. Okay, you just don't get it. I'm like, okay, I don't get it.
You're like,
I didn't get
it to me.
So yeah, I'm like, explain it to me, but like also don't kidnap me and put me in a van, please.
They may or may not try to give you Kool-Aid, so don't drink it.
Yes, I thought I was gonna go to heaven. But yeah, no. So you know, quarantine got me into seeing everything on my Netflix, and she did a special on Disney Plus, I think. So she recorded an album during COVID called Folklore, and she threw it out almost like without any like publicity, which is something
no promoting, yeah.
No promoting, yeah. So she put it out there, and it's supposed to be more rootsy, more acoustic guitar driven, and
back to her roots. Hey, what's up?
Back to her roots. So I saw the special on Netflix, and it was her and 2 other musicians. And sometimes there were 3. I think it was one of the guys I think he's a keyboardist from the band The National, which I like. I don't think I've sent you anything from them. But and then I think it was this guy called Jack Abramoff. Well, anyways, it was a couple of like session musicians, and they all did like piano, guitar, and some drumming or some second guitar. And he kind of stripped down the songs from all the glitter and the poppy stuff. And that I really liked. I like that evening. I like that album. I mean, she's got chops, or at least they have chops.
I haven't heard it, and I haven't seen the special, so I'm not gonna talk shit about something I don't know. But what I do know is that there is this rocked out version of Blank Space, and Blank Space is one of my favorite songs of hers. Like, as much as in the past I've been like, Taylor Swift, this and that, I've always been like, but I love Blank Space. The minute I heard Blank Space, I was like, that song is gangsta. I love that shit.
Yeah.
It's a really, really cool version. I want to see real quick who the artist is. Is it I Prevail? Maybe. My Spotify will let me listen to it. Well, we'll Oh, it is I Prevail. Cool. So the cover is by a band called I Prevail. I don't know if you know it. And we can't really play it, but y'all should look it up because it's just like when I heard it, it was just like you said, when they made it more kind of intense and more dark and more gritty, and I was like, ooh, what's up? So definitely worth a listen. I guess I'm gonna have to check out Taylor Swift's new album now.
Yeah. So even to speak about her a little bit more, that song Blank Space. I think it's from this album called 1989.
Is that one from 1989? I don't remember, honestly.
Yes. So I guess I'm not really a Taylor Swift fan, but I guess I know a lot about her.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently. So, so anyways, the reason I mentioned that is because there's another artist called Ryan Adams, not to be confused with Bryan Adams.
Yeah.
So Ryan Adams basically re-recorded that album, 1989. Basically threw out an album of covers from the whole album, but it was more of a folksy rock, soft rock vibe, and basically trying to like bring out the songs and the melodies.
He did that with Wonderwall.
Okay.
You know by Oasis and after.
Yeah, I know that song. Yeah, it's a song everybody tells you to play when you know you.
But Ryan Adams does a cover of it that's really slowed down.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. That's how I know Ryan Adams. Well, let me make sure it's him. Make sure I'm not talking shit here real quick.
Apparently there's a lot of Adams out there.
That is true.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Ryan Adams Wonderwall. Listen to it. It's phenomenal, honestly. I prefer it to the original, actually. So I don't know what that says about me, but
I mean, I like Oasis. I'm a fan-ish.
I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I appreciate them.
Exactly. It's something, it's kind of like when you go to school, high school, and they teach you stuff. And like, well, that's kind of like it is with them. Like, this is a good band.
Yeah, like, they're all right. Okay, fine. They're all right. Cool.
Yeah. Next.
Whatever. I'll give you that. Next time. Yeah. Okay, so would you rather... Would you rather... Oh, I know. Do a Taylor Swift Unplugged where you play the guitar for her? Or do maybe, I'm trying to think of another female artist here, a Billie Eilish Unplugged and you play the guitar for her?
I mean, I gotta go with Taylor.
Really? I would definitely go with Billie Eilish. I would much rather meet Billie Eilish.
I mean, here's the thing. Billie Eilish scares me.
Her name? Is it
I don't know.
Eilish?
Eilish.
I have no idea.
No one knows. I don't think she knows.
Someone let us know phonetically in the comments because we have no fucking idea.
We don't know, and we're dumb.
But we love you, Billie.
We do. Honestly, she scares me. Billie Eilish scares me.
Why?
I think it's that.
I love that. I'm so happy she scares the fuck out of me.
It's that, the cover of her album, she has like her eyes are like, they're white, and then she has like this creepy
If you really want to talk about creepy album covers, don't be a hypocrite and talk about Evanescence, because Evanescence's first album cover was pretty cryptic. Great album.
Yes. I mean, yes. Evanescence. Yes.
She's her name. What is it? Amy.
It's not Amy Adams.
No. Dude, hold on. We suck. Because I was like Amy, and I was like, no, not Amy Adams. We're gonna look it up real quick.
Some Amy.
Evanescence.
We're having trouble with all the white names. Ryan.
We have trouble with
Amy's.
Amy Lee.
There you go. 2 first names.
Confusing a little bit, but it's fine. We love you though, girl, because her voice is wow, phenomenal. But dude, no, I love that Billie Eilish Eilish. I'm so sorry if we're mispronouncing your name, but I love that she freaks people out. However, I was not aware until recently of how young she is, and that doesn't take away from
She's
me
like
liking the
19,
music because
something
the
like
music
that.
is still good. But when she was writing some of these songs, wasn't she still a minor? No, I
Yeah,
mean,
I
and, like,
think.
whatever, it's fine, like, whatever for real. But I was like, woo, and then I heard someone like, oh, I'm not a huge fan, and I'm like, why? Like, the music's great. Oh, well, she's not a good influence, blah blah. And I'm like, excuse me, not a good influence? You want to talk about influence? Let's go back and talk about rap, hip hop, rock,
That's
metal.
the thing. That's like the age-old
Dude,
argument
oh, she's
of
the best.
music.
I'm like, shut the front door, bro.
Every new artist throughout the
Eminem,
decade generations have
dude,
always been
Eminem.
better. Yeah.
Come on, like, and
Remember
I know
when
a
Eminem
regular
came out,
person
everybody
likes
was like,
Eminem,
he's the
so.
demon. First of all, he's a rapper. Demons only like rock.
True.
If we're gonna,
If we're gonna be
demons,
technical here,
if we're gonna get technical, they only like drop D tunings and heavy metal.
yes, we know this. Verified.
Verified.
To lay off the
We got a
rapper.
scientist. Yes, we got people on it.
We got people on it. We got fact checkers.
Yes.
Checkers. Words are hard sometimes.
Not fat checkers. No, those aren't the people.
No, because we don't count calories. That's a sad world to live in.